Hi, I'm going to show you how to set up a coverage rule in your on-call schedule. A coverage rule is helpful when you need to determine when a shift needs to be covered, and it's beyond our basic setup for days of the week. So for example, if I click on the call service, my info box has an option. This is what days of the week this call is staffed. If I click there, you can be very specific what days you do and you do not staff. And this applies to every week. So if we look for this call, you'll be able to see that these Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday have these little dash marks letting me know that I am not to staff those days. If I click into an assignment cell, that is staffable. I get the names that I will be able to schedule. And if I click into an assignment that has a dash, I'm being told that this does not to be staffed on that day, and I don't get the option of selecting the names. So that's how a standard coverage rule or coverage works when you just need to say what days of the week this shift is staffed. But if you need to do something a little bit beyond that, some examples would be that maybe you have a service that is only staffed the first Monday and third Thursday of the month, and the rest of the days it is not staffed. Or maybe you have something like, well, every third day I need it staffed and not the others, or every other week I want it staffed. Those are some basic examples of when a coverage rule is helpful beyond our basic days of the week setup. So I'm going to show you how you can go ahead and set that up. If you go to your window menu and open your rule writer. Now, by default, the staff by rule wants to come up first. That's typically what is used in setting up your schedule. But click in that top drop down and you'll see a bunch of options, and go ahead and select the coverage rule. The next thing is you're going to give this rule a name that describes the type of rule. Really can be whatever makes most sense to you. In this case, I'm going to create a rule that might apply to the backup schedule. So I'm going to type in backup. You might do something like every other week or first Monday, whatever just describes the rule for you. The bottom drop down are the conditions for the rule. And you can do a layer of these conditions, whatever you need to make this coverage rule. To keep things simple, in my example of the first Monday and third Thursday, I can select the week of the month, first week, and then the day of week, Monday. And then I could do a plus to add and I'll go ahead and just pick the Thursday here, and week of month, third week. So I get these condition icons that I can review. So I got first week Monday plus Thursday, third week. The last thing I'm going to want to do is apply this rule to the service. So I'm going to click the apply to and choose backup. Now, as soon as I do that, you'll see some of those dash marks pop in, and you'll see here the first Monday of September does not have a dash, and if I click there, I'm able to see the names and also the third Thursday. But all the other days are unavailable. I'm unable to put someone in. Let's do a few other conditions here. Let me cross those off. You might have something like every other week. And now you can see it's blocking off the odd weeks. The first and third and fifth week are blocked out. If you need to reverse that, there's this blue arrow below that condition icon in the rule writer. And if I click it, it reverses it. And now the second and fourth week are blocked out. So those are just a few examples how you can use these conditions to set what it is you need to set up for that rule. Now, a more advanced rule would be maybe something like if Dr. Moon, so one of your providers, is on call, that you need a nurse practitioner or another provider to serve as backup that day. But otherwise, you will not be using your backup service, only when that particular person is scheduled on the other call service. So to do an advanced rule like that, you're going to select the condition of day of week. So first we need to establish that it could be staffed every single day, because it is conditional on when that one provider is on call. Now the next icon is there's these little icons above, and we need to do the if because this is only the case based on when Dr. Moon is on. So I'm going to select if, and I get these little parentheses. I'm going to select the staff member and select Dr. Moon. If Dr. Moon, and then the call shift, is on call, then backup is staffed. So let's go ahead and put a few folks on call. So if I put on a few of these providers, you can see that those days are grayed out. I can't put anyone in. But when I put Dr. Moon in on a few days, and I'll just do a few here, just go through and put a few Dr. Moons, okay? When I click into the backup for those days that Dr. Moon's on, you can see which days I can put names into. And so now I can select some NPs to serve with her. Okay, but it does not happen for the other providers. Now, one thing about these days a week and coverage rule is it may be difficult to see when that day needs to be staffed because maybe it's difficult to see these dash lines versus when it's empty. So what I like to do is highlight the holes in my schedule. It helps me to see what shifts I need to make sure are filled out to know that it's completed. Now to highlight the holes in the schedule, you basically there's two ways of doing it. You can right click on your highlighter icon in your toolbar and select to highlight holes. Or you can right click on an assignment in the schedule and in your menu towards the bottom under the highlight option, you'll see highlight holes. So either one will do that for you. And when you highlight holes, they'll highlight in white. And in this case, it will highlight for all your services on your schedule. So it's highlighting both the holes on call and backup. And that might be helpful. So you can sort of leave it that way. But if you just want to see the holes from your backup service, then what you'll do is right click on one of those call service assignments. It won't matter which one. And at the bottom of the highlighting the holes, you get a new option that says, but not for call. So now it's only going to highlight the holes for backup. I'm just going to take a few of these out so you can see what that looks like. So now it's very easy for me to see when I need to make sure I have an NP scheduled with Dr. Moon for the month. Okay, so that can be really helpful. If you have any further questions on how to set up a coverage rule for your schedule, please reach out to us. We're happy to help. Email support@mion.com. Thank you.